Hello. So this evening I am going to give you a quick heads up on how you deal with first responders and more specifically paramedics in the ambulance service if you have a casualty. Now I've got some notes here just so that I give you the most up-to-date information. So the first thing we're going to look at is if you have a casualty. Now I know a lot of people here think that, it's not going to be me, I'm not medically trained, all the rest of it, but the reality of life is you could be out driving your car, something happens directly in front of you, it could be sort of 2-3 in the morning, and guess what, you're just going to have to deal with it. One of the first things you're probably going to do is phone first responders. If you happen to get first on scene and there's casualties there, let me give an example. Let's say there was a car wreck in front of you and the car's on fire and you pull someone out of the vehicle. You're obviously not just going to leave them lying in the middle of the highway. You're going to treat them, or worst case, you're going to try and keep them alive long enough till the first responders get there. So when the first responders get there, one of the things they're going to need is a handover from you, especially if there's more than one casualty, if there's maybe 4 or 5 casualties. Now, just to give you a bit of a background, I was a medic with the ambulance service for 5 years in the UK, so I've done this quite a lot, and it's something that the more you do it, obviously, the slicker you become and the more you're likely to remember it. So what I'm about to tell you, it's a word, atmest. If you write that down, and as I'm going through this, I'll explain what each of these sections mean and why it's important. And this is what you'd use to give a handover to the ambulance service. So it's worth having this maybe on your phone or having it in your glove box of your car, or even a tiny little card in your wallet, because this is something that really helps patients and it speeds things up. So when I was with the ambulance service, this is what we would always use as a handover so we were in a rapid response vehicle, so we would get there in a car to give that initial treatment a lot quicker than the truck would follow up. When the truck got there with the paramedics, hey, Carla Jason Evans, how you doing? And what we would do is we would do that initial treatment, and then when the paramedic arrived in the truck, we would give a handover. So ATMEST stands for age, time of incident, the mechanism of injury, what injuries they've sustained, any signs and symptoms that you can see, and then any treatment that you have given them. So I'll go through each of these and I'll give you an example just so that it makes more sense to you. So age should be an easy one. So you speak to the casualty, hi, my name's Dave, what's happened here? I was knocked off my bike by a car. Okay, what's your name, by the way? Oh, my name's Jim. All right, Jim. How old are you, Jim? I'm 46. Now, the reason you want to know an age, if you have someone that's 25 years of age and they say that they suffer from heart problems and it's probably a heart attack that they're having, then that's a really big indicator that you want to do something pretty quick. If you have a 20-year-old that says, I feel I'm having a heart attack, and they've got no history of it, then the age is really relevant. So that's why you want to know their age. If it's females, then be a little bit more polite, because you might not want everyone that's there knowing their age. The time of the incident, and why this is important, is for some things, and I'll use a stroke as a really good example here. Time is really important. How it is in the USA, I don't know, but certainly in the UK, we've got a 3-hour window with a stroke. If you can get someone to advanced life support within 3 hours of a stroke and get them on high volumes of oxygen, their outcome's a lot better. So that's why the time of the incident is really important. The mechanism of the injury, how the injury has happened, what caused them to be where they are. Then the injuries that actually sustained. So it might be they've got a broken leg, or they've got a massive cut down the side of their head, whatever it is. Then signs and symptoms. Now that's different from the injuries. So that might be someone's got, they're complaining of so they've been in a car wreck, they've got the bleeding down the side of their head, but one of the signs and symptoms might be they're slurring their words. One eye, the pupil might be really big and one really small. So that would be a sign and symptom that's not an injury, it's a sign and symptom of the injury. So that could imply that it's maybe brain damage or something. Then the last one is treatment given. Really simple, so that could just be something like, we just put them on the back, raise the legs, or it could be something as bad as, we started CPR, we've been doing CPR for 7 minutes, we've had no response from them, they need a defib. That would be a really good thing. So I'll give you an example of what we would do for an ATMEST. So just a reminder, that's age, time of the incident, the mechanism of injury, the injury sustained, the signs and symptoms, and the treatment given or their immediate needs. So if something would be like, when the paramedic comes up, Hi buddy, right, you ready for a handover? Yes. So this is Dave. Dave's 41 years of age. 10 past 2 today, there was a car came through the intersection, didn't see him having the right of way going through the intersection, and it hit him on the side. So it smashed into the right hand side of his vehicle. Dave is complaining of neck pain all down the left hand side. His right knee is severely swollen, he can't bend it, and it's starting to get some bruising there. His thumb was dislocated on the steering wheel when the wheel was ripped out from his hand. His thumb is now bruised and it's pointing the wrong direction. The treatment we've given him, we've immobilised his neck. He has a collar on. We have splinted his 2 legs together to try and immobilise them, and we've put a sling on his arm for the thumb. He's complaining of a lot of pain, so he's been taking Entonox, and his immediate needs, he's going to need this thumb reset because it's causing him a lot of pain. Do you have any questions? And it's really that simple. It doesn't have to be something complicated. You don't need to know medical terms. Anything that you can get for the paramedics when they pitch up is going to be a help, and that's all they need. They don't need a great deal. And when I've been in the ambulance, some people have tried to be all clever and they've been watching things like ER or Grey's Anatomy, and they think they're doctors when they've done a first aid course. Just don't complicate it. Just say it as you see it. Just say it, simple words, simple terminology, 2 or 3 syllables. You don't need 400 syllables to try and explain what you're trying to do. So again, once more, ATMEST. Age, time of the incident, mechanism of injury, injuries sustained, signs and symptoms, treatment given, and that's it. And you hand it off to the paramedics. Hopefully that's nice and easy for you. Write this down, put it in your phone, print it on a little bit of card or paper and put it in your glove box. What would be really handy in your glove box is printing this out, but with space, so you can actually write the information in as you get it. And then all you have to do with the paramedic is hand it to them, and it speeds everything up for them, getting them to hospital. So hopefully you got some for that. And that's that video for today. Adios. Thanks for watching.